The treasure hunters keep coming. One Chicago couple, for instance, has traveled to New Mexico 14 times to look for Finn's prize. In an email, the wife told Finn, "We are experts on where the treasure is not." What serious adventurers should remember, Finn says, is to not believe anything that is not in my poem or otherwise in my book. There's some misinformation out there. For instance, I never said I buried the chest. I said only that I hid it. That is not to say it is not buried, so maybe we need to define the terms. Does hidden mean in plain sight? What is the difference between buried, entombed, and sepultured? What does the word blaze in the poem mean? A horse can have a blaze on its forehead. A blaze can be scraped on a tree to mark one's way. A blaze can mean a flame or a scar on a rock. And what about water high? Does it mean deep or higher than normal? Finn generally refuses to give additional clues, but he'll make the rare exception, of sorts. When one woman emailed him to complain that the clues were too difficult, he told her the treasure chest is located more than 300 miles west of Toledo. Beyond queries from treasure seekers, Finn has also received a number of letters from people simply wondering why on earth he would do this. "I wanted to create some intrigue and adventure, and maybe a little mystery," Finn explains. Plus, he says, anyone who dies with over $50 is a failure. Finding Finn's treasure has proved so difficult that some are left questioning whether the whole thing is an elaborate hoax. But doubters need only ask Finn's friend, Douglas Preston, a best-selling author whose novel The Codex is based on Finn's story. "That gold is out there. I held it with my own hands," says Preston, one of the few to have seen the chest before Finn hid it. Some of the most wonderful things in the treasure are enormous gold nuggets the size of hens' eggs, weighing more than a pound each, and worth several times their bullion value. He included things that would survive a long time, and that would be interesting and unusual. And the chest itself is quite rare. It's a Romanesque lockbox from the 12th century, and with the gold and jewels inside, it weighs 42 pounds. Surprisingly, there have been only a few items about the treasure in the local newspaper or on the news. But there are certainly other signs of it around Santa Fe. The inn and spa at Loretto offers guests a thrill of the chase package, which includes 2 nights accommodations, a scavenger hunt, and an autographed copy of Finn's book. There's also a thrill of the chase signature cocktail, a blend of light rum, sweet vermouth, and amaretto di Serrano sprinkled with gold flakes, and a Forest Finn sandwich consisting of pastrami with apple sauerkraut on marble rye, Finn's favorite. When Finn himself walks down the street these days, locals constantly stop him. They want to know if anyone has found the treasure. Others shake his hand and call him a hero. Local jeweler Mark Howard hails Finn as a cross between Will Rogers and Mark Twain. He's a story weaver and has created a legacy that will reach out into the future. Finn is modest about the whole thing, though. "I was hoping the treasure chase would cause some excitement and get a few guys out into the mountains," he says. "I did not expect it to get so big so fast." He hasn't gone back to his hiding place to see if the treasure is still there. He assumes it hasn't been found, though he knows of more than a few people who have searched within 500 feet of the site, and that suits him fine. "I think that I'll be a little disappointed when it is found, because the mystery will be gone." One clue follower, Dale Neitzel, has been looking for the treasure for more than 2 years. He's already made 5 trips down from his home in Washington state and plans to keep looking. Not that the booty is Neitzel's primary motivation. Finn's treasure hunt has turned into something bigger, something more meaningful. Forest Finn is the hider of